AFC Legal Committee Chairperson, Mr. Makhdoom Syed Faisal Saleh Hayat, will now address the Congress via video.
Dear members of the AFC Executive Committee, presidents of the member associations and dear delegates, I wish you a very warm welcome to the 32nd AFC Virtual Congress. Dear delegates, as you are all aware, all the member associations of the AFC have been communicated on the recently held AFC Executive Committee decisions, where several amendments have been proposed to the AFC statutes. These amendments were forwarded to the AFC Executive Committee by the AFC Legal Committee after a lengthy deliberation on all these respective proposals. And of course, I am honored to be the chairperson of the AFC Legal Committee, and I am in that respect, I am presenting to you the version as adopted by the AFC Executive Committee and now forward to the AFC Congress for its deliberations and its approval. You have all, dear delegates, been provided with the version of the relevant documents which show the proposed changes, as well as you will find a table setting out the proposed amendments and also the reasons explaining in detail for each of these proposed changes. Therefore, before any decision is taken on the proposed amendments, I would very briefly try to introduce the background as to the reasons why these amendments have been proposed, and this is in order to assist your able considerations. You will see, dear delegates, that certain changes have been proposed in order to streamline and make further more effective the process for the election of the AFC Executive Committee members, who are the representatives of the regional association of the AFC. This is with a view to making the process more manageable, of course more effective, and also, and very importantly, to clarify the basis of the length of the terms of service of each of these representatives. The AFC Executive Committee has also proposed, dear delegates, to give the AFC Executive Committee the discretion to finalize and decide the appointment of the chairpersons of the AFC standing committees. And in this respect, it is proposed that the chairman of the respective standing committee may not be a member of the AFC Executive Committee, as is the case right now, and this will be on a case-to-case basis. It will not be a blanket sort of a statute which is proposed, but it will be on a case-to-case basis with the discretion being that of the AFC Executive Committee. To avoid, circumvent any avoidance of doubt, these proposed changes do not reflect the current positions regarding the chairpersons of the AFC Audit and Compliance Committee and that of the AFC Medical Committee, as is the case right now. This proposal is there to add more flexibility for the AFC Executive Committee and to ensure that there is appropriate expertise and experience of the respective chairpersons who may or could be appointed as the chairpersons of the standing committees. There are certain amendments, dear delegates, proposed to clarify the approach taken when seats on the AFC Executive Committee become vacant to provide certainty. And finally, there is also a proposal whereby additional language has been proposed to clarify the means of determining the longest serving senior vice president where necessary. The principle is that the relevant factors to be considered will first be the length of the individual's service as Vice President on the AFC Executive Committee. And if there is a tie between two or more individuals, then the length of the individual's service on the AFC Executive Committee in total, in any capacity, will be taken into consideration. And finally, if there is still a tie, the individual's seniority in age will be the consideration. These are the proposals, delegates, which have been put forward to the AFC Congress for deliberations and for your kind approval. I thank you for your kind attention to these regulatory and governance matters, and I wish you all the very best. Thank you.
Thank you to Mr. Makhdoom. Dear delegates,